All right, happy Monday, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Hopefully you're having an awesome day. We've got 11 MLB games to talk about. We're going to cover each and every one, and I've got 5 best bets for you guys. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, comment down below with your favorite plays. No video yesterday. I figured everybody was going to be on the NFL, myself included. I had 2 bets yesterday in the MLB that I gave out in the Discord, which is free to join. Link is in the description, blah, blah, blah. It was Reds first 5 and White Sox team total over 3.5. So we went 1-0-1. Reds pushed the first 5. So not a bad day. Hopefully you guys had a fantastic NFL day. Man, that was fun. I said it was wild. It was devastating at times. The afternoon games were pretty boring, but video coming out later today talking about the Monday night game. We'll recap how we did in the NFL, but crazy Bills-Ravens game. That was wild. All right, anyway, let's get into this slate. First game, kicking us off at 6:40 today is going to be the Royals and the Guardians. I like the Royals here. My issue is they haven't won a divisional away series like the first game. They're 0-7 on the season. That said, you get Slade Sassoni going up against Ryan Bergert. Huge pitching advantage to the Royals here. Will Bobby Witt be playing? I don't know. He left the other day with back spasms, didn't play yesterday, so unknown. Now for the Guardians, they're not going to have their closer. Cade Smith should not be pitching. That said, Guardians are a little loose with their usage, but he's pitched the last 3 games, so I doubt we see him. That's a huge hit for the Guardians. We look at Cleveland. They've lost 5 of their last 6 when they've had Sassoni pitching. He's been really bad. We look at his last start against Boston. He got destroyed. 11 hits, 7 earned runs. Start before that, he gave up 3 to the Rays, 2 to the Rangers, 6 to the Braves, 5 to the White Sox. So his last 5 starts have been really bad. Ryan Bergert, on the other hand, it's been outstanding. I mean, really outstanding. So 2 earned runs or less in 8 straight starts. You've got to go all the way back to June to find a start where he gave up more than 2. So he's looked really good. He does put some runners on, which gives me a little bit of nervousness here. His walk rate is way above league average, 10.3% walk rate. And this Guardians team, the good news about them, they have not been walking the last couple of weeks. 6% walk rate. That is well below the league average. So give me the Royals on the first 5. I just don't want to take them full game. Let's just isolate this great pitching matchup we have. In terms of the weather, it's going to be on the cooler side. It's going to be 69 degrees at Progressive Field, and the wind's going to be blowing in from right field, which, in my opinion, helps us because the Royals have a lot of righty bats. The Guardians have a lot of lefty bats. That means the Guardians are going to be hitting into the wind if they go pool side. So give me the Royals here. I like them full game, but we're just going to take them on the first 5 here, and we're getting a really good price. We're getting plus money to take them on the first 5, so plus 102 over on FanDuel. Next game is going to be the Nationals and the Marlins. This is going to be Cade Savali going up against Jansen Junk. Now, the Nationals, really good against Miami when they're on the road. 6-3 since last season. 3-0 in the first game of a series if we go back to last season. So really good there. We look on Mondays. The Marlins just are not a good Monday team. They are 4-14 on Mondays. You got Jansen Junk here, who you can just pretty much carve in 3 earned runs. He's given up 3 earned runs in his last 4 starts. You go back before that against the Yankees, gave up 6. Back to 3 against the Brewers, gave up 4 against the Royals. So he has given up 3 or more earned runs in 6 straight starts. He doesn't do well against lefty bats, and I like the Nationals to get some runs here. Now we look at Savali. He's been pretty fantastic. There's definitely spots he blows up, and he's struggling against righties. So this is a spot where I just like runs. Give me the over 8 in this one. I do lean Nationals on the full game. This is a Nationals bullpen that, despite everything, they should be awful, but they've actually been really good. 3rd best bullpen over the last 30 days. Marlins have dead last bullpen at almost a 6 ERA. So it would be Nationals full game, but we're going to take the over in this spot here. Next game is going to be Philly and the Mets. Nola McLean versus Aaron Nola. This was a pick'em last night. the books have finally caught up, but this is one I put in the Discord last night. Like, this makes no sense. So you've got Trey Turner that's hurt. He's got to have an MRI done today, so most likely not playing tonight. You've got Aaron Nola, who's just been getting shelled. And you've got McClain, who the Mets are 4-0 when he pitches. He's pitched fantastic. Wind's going to be slightly blowing in at Citizens Bank Park tonight. Give me the Mets on the money line. Both teams to score 2, plus 145. So I like this spot here. I do get a little nervous when we start talking about this Mets bullpen. So Mets first 5 on the run line, probably the safer play if we're being honest. But we're going to go for a nice little plus money shot here. And hopefully the Mets absolutely destroy Nola. So Nola just doesn't have a good track record against this team. There was some stats posted in the Discord last night, like Pete Alonso's gone insane against this guy. I think he's had like 5 home runs off of him. Soto's had like 2 or 3. So good spot here to back the Mets, in my opinion. Next game, Cubs and the Braves. Another line that just doesn't make sense to me. Shota Imanaga against Bryce Elder. This line's actually gone towards Atlanta since it got released last night. Now, my thing with the Cubs here, there was a spot for about 5 weeks where you just faded them first game of a series on the road. They lost 10 straight. That said, they've won 2 of their last 3. But the Braves, I can't get behind Bryce Elder. Imanaga just literally faced them in his last start on the 2nd. He went 6 innings, 5 hits, 3 earned runs. It was at home, but there's no spot here I want to back Bryce Elder. That said, his last start against the Cubs, he looked like a Cy Young winner. Went 7 innings, 4 hits, no earned runs. Only gave up 1 to the Phillies, 2 to the Mets, and then he got rocked by the White Sox. Gave up 2 to the Mets again, 5 to Miami. It's weird. But if we look at this Braves team, they can't hit lefties. Now, they got 3 against Imanaga, but prior to that, none off of Luzardo, 1 off of Sanchez, 1 off of Ranger Suarez, 2 off of Peterson, none off Martin Perez. They only got 1 off of Logan Allen, 1 off of Joey Cantillo, who went into the 6th inning. And then you got to go all the way back to, a month ago where they actually had a pretty decent game against David Peterson and Jose Quintana. But over the last month, it has been not a lot. So obviously the books are thinking there's familiarity here with Imanaga. It's just one, I don't like it. Elder still has a 7 ERA. So this is a Cubs spot for me. Give me the Cubs to win this game. Don't mind them run line first 5 either. Next game is going to be the Brew Crew going up against the Rangers. Now, the Rangers are very, very much alive in the wild card race. They're only a game and a half back of the wild card race. So imagine if they had Corey Seager right now, who's still hoping to come back this season. But you've got the Rangers. If we go to the AL, Rangers are a game and a half out. Royals are 2 out. Guardians are 2.5 out. So big series between the Royals and the Guardians. Then you've got the Rays 4 back. So, still in it, but pretty damn long shot out. And then for the Mets, this is a huge series for them, by the way, because they have that 3rd wild card spot. The Reds and the Giants are 4 games back. D-backs are 4.5 back, as are the Cardinals. So pretty tight races there. A little intermission there to talk about wild card. Just to say, this Rangers team, like this line, if people are wondering why this line doesn't make sense, they've been destroying lefties. They got 3 off of Valdez, 3 off of Gordon, 3 off of Springs, 6 off of Kikuchi, 9 off of Logan Allen. So if we look since August 23rd, this team's crushing lefties. So I think that's why we see the line the way it is. Now, it's going to be a bullpen day for the Rangers. Not a bullpen I trust. This last 30 days, this bullpen's not been good. 28th in the MLB with a 5.55 ERA. Jacob Latz, I don't really trust him. So for me, you either go over or you go Brewers, but I just can't get to the Rangers in this spot. And you're getting an amazing price to take the Brewers. It's just a sign. It's a huge red flag that makes me want to take the over. I just don't see this being like a really tight, low-scoring game. Could happen, but I don't really see it. So like I said, it would be the Brewers or the over for me in this spot. Twins and the Angels, SWR, Simeon Woods Richardson going up against Caden Dana. Now, we haven't seen a lot of Caden Dana. He came up last year during September call-ups and was pitching. He's got 11 innings under his belt. Not great. I expect both of these guys to give up runs. SWR on the road's not been good. It's given up a 6 ERA. He's been really good against lefties. Problem is, you don't have a lot of lefties on this Angels team, and he's been really bad against righties, where you have a bunch of them. Caden Dana, I expect him to give it up from both sides of the plate. Honestly, just give me the over in this one. I'll take the over 9 over on Bet365 is the best place where you can find that. It is a little juiced at -125, so if you want to take the 9.5, I don't think that's a terrible bet either. We do have the wind blowing straight out. I want to lean towards the Angels here. This is an Angels team on Monday. They're hot. They're 12-4 on the season. Actually, one of the best records on Mondays. So it's an Angels team that definitely likes to show up and play on Mondays. My only issue is they're 2 games under 500. They're starting a guy I don't trust. So there's some issues there. But you look at the Twins on the road, they've been pretty bad. 28-44, 3-7 in their last 10. So like I said, it would be the Angels, but we're going to go with the over as our best bet there. Cardinals and the Mariners, there's just simply no value here, and I don't trust Miles Mikolas. Not paying this price for Seattle. Maybe use him as a parlay piece, but Mikolas on the road's definitely a spot you want to jump on him. He's got almost a 7 ERA on the road. Woo's been fantastic at home. This Cardinals team, there's nothing that scares me about this team. So it would be the Mariners, maybe -1, or use them as a dance partner in a parlay piece. But I'm not taking the run line with the home team because they're only going to bat 8 times. So don't want to take that chance. Reds and the Padres, Nick Lodolo going up against Yu Darvish. Now, Lodolo did not make his last start, got scratched due to illness. And you've got Yu Darvish, who has just not looked good whatsoever. Not somebody I personally trust. We look at Darvish. Last start was against the O's. He gave up 3 earned runs. Prior to that, Mariners gave up 4. Pitched well against the Dodgers the second time he faced them, but the start before that was also against the Dodgers where he got rocked. Diamondbacks have gotten to him. Just not somebody I trust. That said, Nick Lodolo in his last start, yes, he gave up 4 against the Dodgers at LA. It was a pretty weak 4. I watched that game. So many bloopers and weird hits that just fell, and it all kind of conspired within 1 inning. Prior to that, he was absolutely dealing. That was the game where we were on his over 4.5 Ks, where he had 6. But it's how long will he go, right? He's got the blister issues. He got scratched due to illness. So he really hasn't logged a bunch of innings. We got to go, in the month of August. He's got 6.1 innings pitched the entire month of August. So I just don't know if he's going to be in this game long, right? With probably 4 innings, maybe 5. But I don't trust Yu Darvish. Now, this is a Reds team. We can probably count on them going 1-2 in this series. If we look back over the last several years, it's just kind of 1-2 is what they do against the Padres at Petco. Padres definitely more vulnerable against a lefty. They are 13-8 on the season at home against a lefty, but they're 6-4 in their last 10. Very heavily skewed towards the under. 6-15-0 over-under on the season. So very skewed towards the under. We look at Mondays. Padres not been a great Monday team. They're 9-11 on Mondays. Reds, not a ton better, but they are 10-9. So they do have a winning record. Give me the Reds on the first 5. Let's take a stab here. Obviously, the Padres have a significant bullpen advantage over the Reds once it comes to Lodolo exiting. So I just want to keep it to the first 5. We're going to take a stab here at some nice plus money. You can get plus 115 over on Bet365 right now. So give me the Reds on the first 5. Next game is going to be the D-backs and the Giants. Nabil Crismatt going up against Logan Webb. Should be an outstanding pitching matchup here. But the D-backs, one of the hottest teams in baseball. Were it not for a blown bullpen yesterday, would have swept the Red Sox at home. Now they're hitting the road, short trip up to San Francisco. Logan Webb has been okay, but I think this is a team that can get to him. So I think there is some value here taking the D-backs at this price. I think you got to take a stab at plus 160. Not paying minus 185 for this Giants team. Yeah, they've been super hot. One of the hottest teams in baseball with the sticks. Haven't really seen teams get to Crismatt. So this would probably be like a first 5 under, something like that, but everything for me would be the D-backs here just from a pure value standpoint. All right, 2 more games to talk about here. Boston and the Athletics. Garrett Crochet going up against Luis Morales. Morales has been super impressive. We look at his splits. They're fantastic. Hard hit percentages are highly elevated. I'll say highly, but they're suspiciously elevated given how successful he's been. So again, from a value perspective, it's got to be the Athletics here. I'm not saying they're going to win. I'm just saying that's where the value's at. First 5 under, I think, is definitely a possibility. Wind is going to be blowing dead out to center field today, but it's going to be a little on the cooler side there at 78 degrees, but 9-mile-an-hour wind blowing out. Last game on the card is going to be the Rockies and the Dodgers. I just don't think we can trust the Dodgers. Yeah, they woke up a little bit, but they're 3-7 in their last 10. Coming back home, they've been fantastic at home, 45-26. But this is a Rockies team on the road, 17-51, 2-8 in their last 10. You get Chase Dollander against TBD. I do think it's going to be Tyler Glasnow. Glasnow got scratched Friday. Shohei came in, so today was actually supposed to be Shohei starting, but he jumped in. So we're going to see Glasnow. And I just don't trust Dollander. Much better on the road. Don't get me wrong. He's got a sub-4 ERA on the road, but Glasnow at home's been pretty damn stout. 74 degrees with the wind blowing out tonight. We get an over-under of 9. It would be Dodgers team total over. Is probably the way I would approach this. Again, it's an absurd price. Rockies +2. There's some value, but just a game I'm completely staying off of personally. All right, let's get into our best bets, get you guys on your way. Appreciate you guys tuning in. First best bet is going to be the Twins and the Angels over 9. Like I said, just 2 very susceptible pitchers. I like the splits here for some offense today. We're going to take the Royals on the first 5. We got a huge pitching advantage with Bergert and Sassoni. We just need this Royals team to wake up and put a couple runs up. They're capable of it, but can they do it? We're going to take the Mets on the money line and both teams to score 2. We're going to take the Reds on the first 5. We're going to trust Lodolo. We're going to trust the Reds can get the Darvish. It is a very fishy line, but teams have been getting Darvish. I think this is Reds team that's in one of those spots where they're going to have to break out here. They're in the midst of a pretty heated wild card race, so they got to win this game. It's a huge game. And then give me the Nationals and the Marlins over 8. Like I said, Jansen Junk, you can just pretty much pencil him in for 3. And I think there's a spot where the Marlins can hit Savali. If not, we've got some bullpen possibilities here to get some runs. So those are my 5 best bets. Appreciate you guys tuning into the channel, and I'll catch you in the next video.